Hey, welcome to Spiritual Science Information for Your Soul. This episode of Greenleaf, I'm just really enjoying these episodes. It started off with Sophia and Grace. You know, there's going to be a home church service, which made me feel so good inside. Maybe it's because we used to have Bible study at home with my parents. We used to have our own praise and worship. When you have 5 kids, it's you can do a lot. It feels like such a big family. Even though there was no extended family like the Greenleafs have. I really enjoyed the church service. I'm glad Sophia ended up going. I think, in her character, we're able, even though, I'm not the most excited when she comes on screen. However, I think the simple way that they've been letting Sophia live her life of making mistakes and big life things happening to her, like her not being able to have her own kids, and what does that mean interacting with other kids? What does that mean for my future and what I want with other people? It's like a simple way of showing, hey, life happens. This is how one person is dealing with it. I think Zora, the interaction that they've had as cousins has also been, I'm sure representative for other people. So when Carissa and Jacob share with Zora that they're getting a divorce, she responded in exactly the way I would expect her to. She was making jokes in the beginning and then realized this is a real thing. And she's old enough to know that her father has done some not so good things, right? She may not know all the details about what he's done or how many women he's been with, but she knows that her father cheated on her mother. It's really unfortunate that Jacob is not willing to forgive Carissa for this. I don't think that Carissa wants Jacob, right? I think she wants this image. I think she wants a certain lifestyle. But I am just stunned in a way that Jacob is using this as the reason for their marriage to end. I don't view cheating as a deal breaker necessarily. The way Jacob has cheated to me is really, really problematic and suggests that he has some things that he needs to deal with. Carissa, it really feels like a one-time thing. So it's really not about the cheating, I think, for Jacob. It's the whole bigger issue of their marriage not being a healthy place, a happy place for him to be. So I'm fine with them ending. I just wish Jacob's understanding of it was a little bit different. Much of this episode was centered around the house. What's going to happen to the house? What does Tara want? I was definitely thinking, is Rochelle anytime about to pop up in this? And at the very end, when May and Bishop were opening that door, and just the way they did the camera where you were looking from the inside, I was like, Rochelle, who's coming? Somebody's at the door. Somebody. So I am really impressed with the way May has been listening to God and waiting for a sign and being open to God telling her to do something that she may not want to do personally. So I felt, give them the house. I don't want them to give them the house. I don't. And it's weird because I really did not like the way they were fighting for the church. I wish they had let go and let God sooner with the church. I really, really enjoyed them doing the walkthrough in the church saying, well, we're not going to say goodbye. We're going to say thank you. Oh, that's so beautiful. I love endings like that. It's a new beginning. Things end and it's bittersweet, but you learn, you grow, and you can be thankful for that too. So I really the whole family, I feel has done such a 360. Charity looking like she's comfortable in the music lane. Maybe I want them to fight for the house. And I don't even think they deserve the house. I don't even know if it's that. It just feels like maybe so much has happened to them that I don't know if this is another thing that I want to see them give away. But from the time May and Bishop were walking up to the house, and I was imagining in my mind, this space is going to be their new church. right? They're gonna switch, and Tara will be able to use the house and the grounds for like all those wonderful things that she was saying, right? She was having some really big positive ideas that felt really Jesus centered and giving and loving and kind. But then after Rochelle showed up, I thought, I remember that Tara was on the phone with somebody and we were wondering who she was talking to. She was talking to Rochelle. And Rochelle is a mastermind, schemer, plotter. And so this was all a part of what they want. So Tara might not even really be being honest about what she wants the house for. Maybe she just feels like entitled. When Noah was sharing with Grace about this book and the Negro came by, I was thinking, well, it's a good question to ask. Why did the lady who owned the home want to leave it to Basie's father? Why? Yeah, why? Why did they want to leave it to the Greenleaf either? And why did this grounds person think that the house was going to be theirs? All of that was just very like convoluted. We didn't get any more information about the Bob from Harmony and Hope trying to figure out what is his plot for running for Senate. We didn't get any more of that. There was no Phil or Judy. I am not mad at that. This episode was definitely about the Greenleaf stepping into a new chapter in their life. The moment between AJ and Sophia, I enjoyed. Very intimate. I just love Black shows that people could just be regular. Just be regular. It did feel like whoever, maybe a new writer, or they were purposefully trying to make sure that the conversation between Sophia and AJ felt real. It definitely felt real with the words that they were using to describe some things. It definitely felt like a real conversation between siblings. I also liked the intimate moment between AJ and the bishop in terms of the car. I thought we were gonna get to see what was inside of there, but maybe eventually. It was really just symbolic for let's do something together. I want to give you something. I want to leave you something. You are important to me. I just like the regularness of it. There's so many regular relationships. Noah and Grace, I mean, they don't have to be together, but if that's what it feels right to do, then go ahead and explore that. They did have their little thing, but Grace likes drama, which is probably why she slept with him while he was like engaged. There's so much. I really enjoyed this episode. So in the next few episodes, supposing that we are going to see more about this Mr. Shabazz, Phil's father, maybe we'll get a backstory about why they don't communicate and why Mr. Shabazz is just a beast that hanging up on people. Just don't take the call if you don't want to really talk to them. Cheese and bread. There was also no forgetting for the bishop in this episode. They never gave us the results of his doctor visit either, so maybe he was just stressed or they didn't think to include it in this episode. We will definitely see more of Rochelle. We are still waiting to see if Basie is really dead. As the divorce proceedings go on between Jacob and Carissa, I'm sure that Tasha will be back in the picture. Maybe they'll explore something. I don't know if she's really the best match for him either, but do you really have to dive deep into something as soon as you get out of a marriage? No. So we'll see what happens with everyone. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and thank you for watching.